Don't tell me FC Porto, a top European team, just lost to Vice City Tommy Vercetti FC. And is it time for me just to admit that he's the GOAT? I like this. You see, what I always wanted and I was hoping for in this Club World Cup is I want a European team to be beat. I want a European team to be beat. See, my hope, even if I know it's not real, and it's literally me and my brother, we've literally been going back and forth. So me and my big bro is that I want to see this European team beat. Because my big bro is like, look, football is dead, it's trash. And he's like, no, I want to see this European teams beat. So we've just been going back and forth. And for me, I'm one of those guys that if a non-European team wins this, oh my gosh, this Club World Cup it's goated. It's impossible when you just look at the financial power and the monetary value that you just believe that a win is going to come out of PSG, Man City, or Real Madrid. But at the very least, if we can get, because my thing is that no European team should be losing to these guys. So the fact that a European team has lost and you've lost to an MLS side, like the only sides you say that are weaker than the MLS sides are maybe the J League sides or the South Korean sides, because the African sides are strong. And as we saw, and what is so crazy is Al Ahly actually had a better account of themselves than freaking FC Porto, and Al Ahly should have won by a lot more. But Inter Miami, they deserve to win. I think they had more shots on target. So my thing though is if we get more of these shocks of these European teams losing, and they have no business losing to these non-European teams. Oh my gosh, it's peak. It gets real. It gets really real. Because look, see, when my guy Samu and when FC Porto go 1-0 up, I was like, look, come on, Porto, you should win. 1-0 up, do the European thing, defend, get the other goal, and then it's all good, bro. But I always, for me, and this go back to the hangouts. I said that I think Inter Miami will get through this group. I don't know how or what they'll do. I just believe that they'd find a way. Because for me, I told you, I'm not repping this European sides. And I do believe that, and I do hope that we're going to get more shocks. And I said that. I said from get-go that people were like, nah, Inter Miami, they're trash. They're going to go through. I was like, I just have a feeling. Now, how far they go, I don't know. But I said, no, Inter Miami, they'll get through this group. They will get some kind of a result to get through this group. And I think, for me, they're already through right now. But that's what's on side. We'll get back to it, your boy. You see, when you get older, you lose many stuff. You can't run as fast. You don't have the acceleration. You don't have the explosion. Your sharpness is gone. Your quick wit is gone. Because I remember World Cup. We didn't go back to the World Cup final. Remember France's equalizing goal? Kingsley Coman robbed the ball off of who? Messi. And when you just see how he robbed the ball off of Messi, you're like, yeah, he's getting old. 25-year-old Messi would be so quick, he'd no way be able to lose that ball. He'd be so quick and fast, he'd not lose that ball. But when you saw how he lost the ball that led to the goal, you're like, yeah, he's old. So you lose many things when you get old, and nobody can go against it. That was for the time. The one thing you don't lose is your tesh. You can be 40, 45, you can lose it. 2010 World Cup. Argentina were basically training. They were just doing some training stuff. And so Maradona was the coach, and they were doing like free kick drills. So Maradona must have been like, what? Like in his 50s? Then maybe in his 50s? I think 50s. At least he must have been in his 50s then. Big, huge belly, grey beard, everything. This was obviously post after he had that heart scan and everything. And this guy was just scoring free kicks like that. Bro, this guy was way, like the last time he was in a major tournament was like, 1994? So this was way after he retired in 2010. And in training, because I think Mascherano was there and other Messi was there. And he was just scoring free kick, because no matter how old you are, you never lose your technique. So great free kick takers will still be able to take free kicks in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And as I always said, the greatest free kick taker of all time, is Juninho Pernambucano. He's the greatest of all time. I'm putting Messi top three of the greatest free kick takers ever. Putting him top three. For me, it's Junior Benamkan. He's the GOAT. I think I'm putting Messi second, and I'm putting Bex third. Because Bex was amazing. But when you look at the types of free kicks Messi has scored, from the various angles, the various distances, and he's still scoring free kicks right now in key games, I'm going to put him ahead of Bex. So I say, you're looking at the guy who I believe is the second greatest free kick taker of all time. And again, he may not have the zip and everything together, open play goal, but give him a play. Free kick, no matter how old he is, just as Maradona showed in his 50s, he can still put that ball right in that position to now say what's up. And for me, I think this is huge for the MLS. I think it's huge for the MLS because this is the biggest win an MLS has ever had. So if I'm Bex, who obviously owns it in Miami, I'm going crazy. Because remember, whatever we said, MLS, they're trash, it's crap, it's a low-tier league, no one cares. Cool. But on MLS side, Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA, FC just beat FC Porto. FC Porto won the so-called heralded Champions League back in 2004. FC Porto are one of the biggest sides in Europe. So, make no mistake, this is the greatest win by an MLS side in history. That's just a fact. Because Inter Miami have no business beating FC Porto. Because you have a Messi, Busquets, and a Cannibal who are old statesmen. These guys are elderly statesmen. And the rest of these players, with all due disrespect, sell fruits. So you've got fruit sellers and great elderly statesmen. They shouldn't be beating a bunch of guys who are 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and in your peak of your powers, competing in the Portuguese League and competing in the Champions League. So for the MLS, make no mistake, this is a landmark victory. This is an absolutely huge, massive W for MLS. All right, now let's not get back to where we are. So, as I said it a little, I had a little bit when in the opening game. I said, Messi, he's great, he's done all of this stuff, but the guy's washed. He's old, and I don't want to look at a freaking geriatric old washed player. No matter how great he is, I don't look at an old washed player play. I just want to see a 37-year-old R9 or a 38-year-old Maradona or 38-year-old Pele or 39-year-old Zidane. Although Zidane in his old age was actually pretty damn good still. No, I want to see you at your very best, which is fine. So Messi must have heard what I said and said, "Oh, that bold Nigerian thinks that I am of no use. How about I score a clutch free kick to send my team of a win over FC Porto and score the greatest win ever by an MLS side?" So as guys are saying that, half up, stop. He's got all the trophies. He's got all the goals. He's got the impact. He's got the World Cup dub, goal in the World Cup final. And he's still doing amazing things now. And he's still levitating a team like Inter Miami. Stop. He's the GOAT. He's done too much. And what else is there to say? He's ticked every single box. Every question you've ever asked, he's answered it. Longevity, talent, impact, World Cup impact, World Cup final goal. What more do you want? A huge, massive moment deep into his late 30s. So you are saying that what has he's done stuff that none of these other guys have done. So what gives? Call him the GOAT. Your other GOATs haven't done what this guy's doing because this win for Inter Miami is yet another feather in his cap of he was critical in giving MLS their greatest win in history. So what gives? Here's the thing here. People won't let that. They may try to strangle me for this. Before Messi won the World Cup, I didn't have him in the conversation as one of the GOATs. That's just how I am. I'm old school. You need to win the World Cup to even be in the conversation. So before the World Cup, he was not in the conversation. I'm not having a convo with a player without a World Cup as one of the goals. That's not how it works. You need to win the World Cup to even get in the carnival. After he won the World Cup, I was like, oh, now you can have an argument as him being one of the greats, 100%. And time has passed. Time has passed. I was like, and this is where I'm at right now. I will never view Messi as the greatest player of all time. Never. One of the greats, 100%. In the convo, 100%. Never seen him as the GOAT. Pele won a World Cup as a teenager. In his first try, Pele, as a teenager, won the World Cup. And he was a teenage sensation. Still the greatest teenager that we've ever seen. So already, doing what you're doing as a 16-year-old at a World Cup, that is greatness on a whole other level. The World Cup is the greatest platform. This is what football is built upon. And that man right there called Pele as a 16-year-old said, what's up? And he doubled back as a 29-year-old and said, yo, I'm going to give you another one. Sorry, Pele's goated. And it's got 3 of those rings. 3 World Cups. Something that I don't think anyone else will achieve. 3 World Cup rings. Maradona. The greatest ever performance at a World Cup by a player is Maradona. Football is a team game. The closest thing to an individual carrying a bunch of fruit sellers was what Maradona did in '86. Go ask anybody. That was the closest thing to a carry job that we've ever seen. And it is still the greatest performance at a World Cup by an individual. The greatest solo goal ever scored, is Maradona in '86. And that just so happened to be in a knockout game against England. That is still stands. See, the greatest team goal is the 1970 goal by Brazil against Italy, the 1970 final. The greatest solo goal is that Maradona goal. So scoring that at a World Cup and having the kind of performance he had at that World Cup, oh bro, he's got to a whole different level. People will hate me for this. They will attack me for this. And that's fine. But Messi will never be the GOAT to me. Because call me an old head this, old head that. This is an easier era. This is an era where the teams are not as great. So when you just look at the teams of this era of the past few years, they're not, I'm sorry, I don't rep any of them. No, none of these guys can defend. My era had superior defenders and my era was far harder. So Pele and Maradona, they succeeded where you got a yellow card for committing homicide. You got a yellow card for committing homicide. So because they were more successful in a much more physical, aggressive era, they get extra kudos. Take nothing away from what Messi has done. He is still one of the greats, and you have to be what you've done in your era. But for me, Messi is not on the level of Pele and Maradona in terms of football greatness. But in Messi's era, oh my gosh, no one comes close. In Messi's era, he's the greatest. And what we should just do is rather than try and you will never change my mind. There's nothing Messi can do that will change my view on where he stands next to Pele and Maradona. It's never going to happen. It is what it is. And my personal goals will always be Arna. Nothing Messi can do will ever have me put Messi over Arna in terms of my personal goals. It's never happening. So rather than trying to change my viewpoints, let's just enjoy this guy. Let's enjoy what he's doing. Let's have fun with what he's doing. And you know what? Let's see how far he takes Inter Miami. Let's see how far he takes. Because what if he leads Inter Miami to a Club World Cup dub? If he manages to lead into a a Club World Cup dub, that'd be freaking huge. It'd be freaking amazing. So let's just enjoy Messi for what he is. Now, one thing I'll give you, this thing I'll give you. We will never see a player be the best player in the world for such a long period of time. Now, that is what I'll always consider. I'll always consider that. His longevity will never be seen ever again. Never. Yamal, that's never going to happen. No. Because, I know it's going to trigger some people, Messi has been the best player in the world for the best part of 15 plus years. For the best part of 15 plus years, he's been the best player in the world. For at least 10 years. For the best part of 10 plus years, he's been the best player in the world. We are never seeing longevity like that ever again. But in terms of football GOATs, and doing what you did at a World Cup and performances at a, because see, greatness is really, it's about the World Cup. It's what you do at the World Cup and how you perform at the World Cup and what you did at that World Cup. Pele, Maradona, bro, I'm sorry. Those two are goated, baby. I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter. Don't try and change my viewpoint. Let's just enjoy Leo Messi and what this guy's doing and whether he can guide Inter Miami to a Club World Cup dub, man. And that's all that matters, man. So I come in peace. I come in love, man. One love, one peace. Let's ride. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.